everybody. Pandi here. Hey, everybody. Pandi here of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. If we are already chat family, welcome back. You all, based on the thumbnail, you can already see that we have a special guest with us today in the name of Major Change Group. So I am going to bring her to the stage and we are going to hear all about her amazing YouTube channel. So hold on just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Grab your snacks, your beverages, and if you have not already blow dried on that like button, go ahead and do that. All right, one moment. All
Hi, Pandi.
right. Hey, Tasha.
How are you
How are
doing?
you?
I am doing well. Thank
I
you.
am awesome. I'm so glad to finally have you on the channel.
I'm excited
Thank you
to
so
be
much
here.
for
Thank you so
accepting.
much for asking.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much for accepting. This is great. So, without further ado, I do have a few questions that I have prepared for you. You all ready to get started?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, first and foremost, can you tell us a little bit about who Major Change Group is, both as a brand and the woman behind it?
Great question, Pandi. So, as Pandi said, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And my channel is all about credit, budgeting, and student loans. And really, what my channel is about is playing the credit game, but budgeting our money in a smart way, but also just living life to the fullest. But in order for you to do that, in my mind, is for you to get your finances in order. And then on a personal note, I love traveling, I love eating, and now that it's kind of getting a little warmer here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now it's raining today, so I didn't get to get out and walk, but I love walking on the trails and things like that. But I just like to have a good time.
Awesome. That sounds like a very full and active lifestyle. So, that's good to know. Great to know. Now, my next question for you is how long have you been interested in budgeting, savings, financial literacy? Like, how long has that been? It sounds like something you're very passionate about.
Yes. I was looking back in an old journal because, like today, I was doing some cleaning and I found an old journal. And so I would say probably 10 years plus, I have been interested in budgeting. And originally, I wanted to do budgeting for like single parent moms, just showing them how to use their money. And I ended up doing mentoring like in the church and, just reading different things about budgeting. And I love Dave Ramsey. For the first time, even though I live in Nashville, Tennessee, for the first time in December, I actually went to the Dave Ramsey studios. But that's really how I learned about budgeting, listening to the Dave Ramsey show on the radio, because that's how it started for me, listening to it on the radio. But now he has the YouTube channel and all that. But I was just listening to people call in and I really enjoy it.
Wow. So, you really are passionate and you definitely have invested a lot of time and energy
Yes.
and resources into this. Okay,
And it
that's
has come
great.
in handy. It has come in handy.
Wow. Okay. So, can you which you've already kind of touched on, I was going to ask, can you share a little bit about your journey with how
Yes.
you started and where you are now?
Most definitely. So, like I said, I probably have been budgeting for probably over 10 plus years, but I can tell you over the times, there's been times when I made, pretty good money, but then I would say fast forward to 2017, well, 7 years ago. I would say 7 years ago, I was making pretty good money. But what would you do if all of a sudden your boss comes in and say, okay, we're making changes and your pay is going to be cut by 26%? So my pay is cut by 26%. I'm a single lady. I have a house. So I had a mortgage. I had student loans. I like to travel. I like to eat out. But I can definitely tell you in that time when that happened, that was a blow. But by me budgeting, I would say budgeting really helped me during that time. Now I'm not in that position now. So I'm definitely, and I would say, even at that time, I was making probably like $13.50. So I know how it is to not make a large wage, but have a mortgage, you want to travel and you're used to eating out all the time. And, you want to do all these things, but maybe your money, you don't have enough money coming in. So you're trying to decide, okay, what are my four walls and things like that. But fast forward to 2020, and 2020 was kind of, it could have been a devastating year for us, and but I would say for me in 2020, I was able to pay off over $5,000 in credit card debt. Now that credit card debt was on a 0% interest rate, and just really get my finances in order. And also that year I had traveled, and so I had went to Dubai. So, I had spent a lot of money on that trip, but I was also able to, budget my money and really make a plan for myself. So that's what my channel is about, creating a plan. Even when things kind of happen, like how can you pivot so that you can benefit yourself and kind of bring some ease. But I know that it's not always easy, seeing from how I was 7 years ago, but definitely right now, I'm debt free with credit cards, so consumer debt free, but I do still have a card. And then also, I am in a savings challenge. So on my channel, doing a savings challenge to save $5,000 in 6 months, but really save $10,000 for the whole year. And I want to pay my car off as soon as I can.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So you are over there doing big things. Wow, that is amazing. All right. So my next question for you is, how long have you been on YouTube?
That is a great question. I've been on YouTube since 2019, February 2019. And would you believe it? I just got monetized in December of 2020. So it took me a year and 7 months to get monetized. And then, I changed my channel name because my channel name was originally I Am Tasha, but I changed it probably mid 2020. And so my channel name is Major Change Group now.
Okay. I understand that. It always blows my mind when I see these new channels that come on and they're like monetized in 8 weeks. I'm like, are you kidding me? It took me a whole year. Like
You know
literally a
what,
whole year.
Pandi? I really think if we were to do it all over again, we probably could do it in a short amount of time because we have learned so much over this time. And I think I could do it a lot faster if I did it over again.
You got a good point there because there's so much that I didn't know back then that I do know now. So you got a point there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm also considering a name change. So it's interesting that you touched on that as well. So
And I would
yeah,
say
okay.
I did my name change maybe out of necessity because I felt like it was I Am Tasha, and I don't know if it's something in the guidelines when it's I am, but it just seemed like I really wasn't growing as much, but I can tell you when I changed my name to Major Change Group, I saw an increase in my views, and that could just be in my mind, but I think it definitely was a help. I can't tell you why, but I really think so.
I agree. I agree. Because I remember when you first came back up in my algorithm, I was looking at the pictures like, I think that's I am Tasha. But everything just looks so brand new. So you're
Mhm.
probably right about that.
Yeah.
Now, let's see here. Do you have a set schedule for your channel?
Whoa, Pandi, that's great. So since it took me like thinking about YouTube, it is just so much to it, especially since I just got monetized and I'm always over here, I'm always thinking of, okay, how can I beat the algorithm, and how can I grow my channel? What do I need to do to grow my channel? And so one thing is consistency. So I right now I try my best to do 2 to 3 videos a week. Now I'm not as consistent on the day, but I do try to at least on a Monday, or like a Monday and a Wednesday, or at least 2 to 3 times a week, and about 12 noon to 12:30.
Okay, that's good. So you at least have a system in place and a plan.
But if I could get better, because even like today before we got on, because I'm really trying to plan. So I was doing my scripting, because you got to think as a YouTuber, it seems easy but really you're the producer, you're you're writing. Like I was doing my script writing, you're doing the editing, you're recording the video, you're doing the marketing because you want to get the views, you're doing so many things as a content creator. And so like today what I was trying to do was, okay, let me just get my ideas on a piece of paper, and I'm going to try my best to do 3 videos. So I'm going to try to record 3 videos today. And then if I can record, and then I can post them throughout the week.
Right. That has been my challenge as well. Interesting. So I'm glad to know it's not just me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, my next question for you is, can you summarize for us what your content is on YouTube?
Yes. So my content on YouTube, so it's all about credit, budgeting, and student loans. I'm all about playing the credit game. So while I told you I had paid off over $5,000 in credit card debt in 2020, now that was on a 0% interest rate, and I probably have not paid any interest in probably like 4 or 5 years. But I can definitely tell you, especially in my college days, and even though I'm good at budgeting, with credit card debt, I would still use my credit cards, but I wouldn't always pay it off every month. But now, fast forward, especially like the last 4 years, I don't pay any interest on it. And then I pay the credit card off every like bi-weekly or monthly. So I'm really about how can I play that credit card game to where they pay me. Like I don't want to be paying the credit card company money. Let them pay me. So I do videos about credit card churning, but then I also do videos about budgeting. And then I do videos about student loans as well. But I can tell you, Pandi, when you are creating content, now while my videos about credit do pretty good, on the same hand, my videos about budgeting don't always do good. But for me, like I said, budgeting is my passion. And so I try to mix in, the budgeting principles along with the credit card churning.
Now, that was very detailed. Can you elaborate a little bit about the credit card churning?
Yes. So, well, I would say in 2020, right now I have 6 credit cards, but I had upwards of 8 to 10 credit cards. So Bank of America closed 2 of my credit cards because I wasn't using them. And then I closed 1 credit card because I didn't want to pay the annual fee on it. But what credit card churning is I will open a credit card. So recently I opened up the Navy Federal More Rewards credit card, and there is a 25,000 point bonus on it, which is equivalent to $250. But also there are 3 times the points. So I'll open up credit cards so that I can get the points, where it is cash, it could be travel, or purchasing things. I've gotten a Fitbit with my points. I've gotten Bose wireless headphones. And what's so funny, like I wouldn't even pay over $30 for headphones. Like I still had the original headphones to my iPhone 6s that I'm still using, but when I had got my points, I ended up getting some Bose headphones, which would really have been over $150, but I used my points to get it. So I'm not I'm not creating spending to do the credit card churning. I'm using my own spending, but I do that by budgeting and knowing how much money I have coming in. So I use my credit cards like my debit cards, but because basically it's free money. Because don't you go to the grocery store, you go out to eat, you go get gas, and then sometimes, I try to pay as many bills as I can on my credit card so that I can bring in those points. So that's what credit card churning is.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for that helpful information.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you definitely want to be taking notes and paying attention. And again, her channel information is going to be linked in the description box. Okay. Now, lastly, if my viewers want to connect with you, are you on any other types of social media? Where can they follow you at?
I am on Instagram. So my Instagram name is the Major Change Group. And so right now we're in the savings challenge. So I'm posting a lot about savings.
Hey, oh my goodness. So this has been a positive and very upbeat interview. Do you have at least one positive takeaway that you would like to share with us for the road?
Okay, one positive takeaway. I would say, especially around the realm of budgeting, sometimes it can get a bad rap because sometimes people will say that budgeting is restrictive. But what I say is budgeting creates freedom. So just think about when you're having the debt, that kind of holds you down and kind of takes away your freedom to where maybe you have to stay on a job that you don't want longer, or you're kind of chasing money a little bit. But what I want to do on my channel is really show the positivity in budgeting, and budgeting really, creating a plan, and it helps you to have that freedom and not have anxiety around money because, there's a lot of things going on in the world. But when you have your money right and you're not worrying about when you go to the grocery store if your card is gonna be declined, it's just a peaceful, so that's at the most basics of your life, just getting your money right. And that's really what my channel is about.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. This has been such a very uplifting conversation. I'm so happy that you were able to come today.
Thank
Thank you
you for
so
asking.
much. You are so welcome. Do you have any questions for me before we bring this to a close?
Pandi, my question for you is, because I don't know if you started your YouTube channel before me, but even like your lives and even like the intro, because like for me, I'm definitely wanting to, grow my channel. But how you have the different graphics and stuff on your channel, what would you say is the thing that you really love about YouTube? And then what's one thing that you want to get better at, maybe?
Oh, okay. Actually, I think we did start around the same time. I want to say I started around February or March of 2019. And what I find to be my favorite thing about YouTube is the networking. the ability to come across positive, wonderful, motivational people like yourself and do these type of collaborations, be it either where we're doing a one-on-one conversation like this, or if I can be there to support you when you're having a live stream or if you're having a premiere, just the cross support. I really enjoy that, sharing information, putting information back out into the community because I do work in healthcare. So I really just enjoy the collaboration of it all, the networking and the shared information. Now, with regard to what I would like to work on and improve, is definitely my editing skills. So I've been taking baby steps, and I'll learn a little trick here and there, and I'll try it out, and I'll learn a little trick here and there, and I'll try it out. So it's been very helpful, but in a way, it kind of appears that my channel is a bit all over the place, but I know it'll come together. So hopefully that was my long-winded short version.
Oh no, that was great, because another question, I'm kind of interviewing you now. But because something that you said, because I'm also, well, I work in healthcare too, but I'm kind of in the back office of healthcare. So how would you say having a full-time job, and then YouTube is a full-time job as well, how do you make time for it?
Oh my gosh, it is very tough. It is very tough. Oftentimes, I'm getting the side eye from my husband because he's like, YouTube again? YouTube again? So it's definitely, you have a dedication and a drive. That's why I was getting motivated just listening to you talk about the budgeting and planning, because I have kind of purposed it in myself to start working on that. And I've said, I need to get my finances in order. So
Mhm.
it's just the dedication and the willingness to actually say, "Hey, I got to make some sacrifices. I'm not able to catch every show that I want to catch on TV maybe this week because I need to crank out some content,
Mhm.
or I might not be able to go hang out at the mall with the family this weekend because I got to work out on some content."
Yeah.
So just prioritizing and balancing it out. I do a lot of late evenings, but here lately I've been trying to condense it all into the weekend since that's when I'm usually off. And I try to pre record, like you said, 2 to 3
Right.
videos so that I can schedule them to drop throughout the week and I'm not as overworked during the
Right.
week with YouTube. I can kind of spend my time supporting others.
Right. That is so true, because just what you were saying, like this week on Wednesday, because there are so many shows that are coming out. I don't know if you watch Married at First Sight, and then BET has, Sisters, and then First Wives Club, and Bigger, and all these shows. But I knew that I wanted to get another video out or two recorded. And so I just said, I can't watch those shows. I gotta, prioritize what's important, especially because I was reading something, YouTube, I would say they said what 50% more people made $10,000 in 2020 on YouTube, and 40 more percent of people made 100,000. And then just with the amount of money in ads that YouTube is going to be making, that's some of our money. But the only way that we can do that is by putting out content. So it's just like, how can you prioritize that? But also do it in a way that you love as well.
Right. Oh my goodness. Wow. And I never thought about it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. So yeah,
The
it's really
sky's
all
the limit.
prioritizing. Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
prioritizing how bad you want it and how dedicated are you to seeing it through.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Well, I want to thank you so much. I'll have to have you back on
Of course.
when we can find a time, maybe whenever you're going to be doing a challenge or something, so we
Oh
can
yeah.
kind of pump it up, put it out there for the people.
Yeah.
You were great. You're a great interviewee, so I appreciate you being
Oh,
here.
thank you.
All
And
right. Well, I'm
also,
about
I
to have
want to, because I know that you said that you want to start budgeting, and on my channel, I have a free budget and debt repayment worksheet. So I'm definitely going to send that over to you. And I'm going to send that over to you. So maybe in one of your videos, if you want to just put it in the description, if people want to get it. But then also I'll have a coupon code for my 2021 digital budget planner, but I'll send that to you as well. Now with that, you have to use it in a note-taking app like GoodNotes, but I also have a code. If any of your listeners are interested in getting it, they could go over to my Etsy shop, but I will send that over to you.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Because I tell you, I've been trying to get it together here, and I'm using paper, old school.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, no, you need to go digital.
But I think, you know what? I love paper. I still I still do mine paper. And then I do it on my note-taking app in my budget planner, my digital budget planner. But I say start where you can. And so I had probably for over a year, I've had the free budget and debt repayment worksheet. So even if that's where you have to start, as long as you know how much money is coming in and how much is going out, do what you can. That's what my channel is about. Small changes can create big results, and you have to start where you can. So I have the free budget and debt repayment template, but I also have the one for sale.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you.
All right. Oh my goodness. This is exciting. All right. Well, I am not going to take up too much more of your time. Any final words before we bring it to a close?
No, just thank you so much for having me, and keep up the work with your channel. Your channel I love your graphics. You're doing an amazing job with your channel.
Right. Thank you so much, Tasha. All right. Well, I am going to bring us down, bring it to a close. And again, guys, her information is going to be in the description box. We all need to get our finances together. So I'm definitely going to be jumping right on that. All right. Let me get us down. You're welcome. Thank you all so much for coming through and kicking it with your girl. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself. And if you have not already, don't forget to blow dry on my like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? It is free 99 after all. Make sure you double tap on that notification bell so that you are notified each and every time I go live over here and when new content is added to the channel. Until next time, stay safe everybody, stay encouraged, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.